Hey, everybody, welcome to the M&M Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Sega Seth.
Hey, Valicorn.
What up?
That's Eric.
I didn't know how to say my name.
Today will be a pretty laid-back one. There's not really a topic. Brody is unfortunately very sick, so we wish him well. Hopefully
He got
he'll feel
tested
better.
positive for COVID, so he had to quarantine
Yes.
for a couple days.
So, but next weekend we are
Hashtag
going...
fuck COVID.
Yeah, right?
Get well
Next
soon,
week-
bro.
Yeah, love you, bro. Next weekend, hopefully, we will be going to the Third Eye release and watching the Rumble. So, hopefully, next weekend he'll be tip-toppity.
Yeah, Sunday we're gonna have Next Sunday we're gonna have all sorts of fun stuff to talk about the Third Eye music and video opening,
Rumble.
and
And
all
the
of
Ru-
us. Thankfully, Brody will be off, so we can all
Yep.
watch the Rumble together.
And some personal good news and bad news. Good news is that I will be leaving the retail world on in a way on February 5th. I start a new job, so I will be able to produce more content. Probably it's a regular 9 to 5er, and I'll be working from home, so that'll be good. 4 days a week. In other news as well, one of our listeners, a good friend of ours, of mine and Brody's, James, passed away this week. I just wanted to say that to all the people from Walmart who listen to this, I know we're all in pretty bad mourning right now. He was a really good guy. He was a really good boss. We would always shoot the shit about Transformers and wrestling, and he listened to every single podcast and would talk to me about it every week, and I'm really going to miss that. And I'm going to edit in a 10-bell salute probably, or something corny and stupid, because he would have liked that when I do post here. But I just wanted to say to all my Walmart people that do listen to this, my heart goes out to everybody as we collectively move forward from this very unfortunate thing. But the show must go on. Keep our heads up and move forward, because it's what he definitely would have wanted. But it just makes me a little sad that he'll never be able to listen to this again.
R.I.P. homie.
Yeah, love you, James. So, anyways, we figured we would just kind of discuss Rumble wrestling news. There's a Q&A at some point, so stick it,
Stick it in.
stick it in.
Oh, no.
Sticks it in you.
What podcast is this now?
Stay tuned for that. It's the Jericho podcast.
Yeah. Get the NDAs ready.
I do want to start out. I just saw this news. So Adele actually said that Iron Claw should be the movie of the year,
Bet.
I agree with that.
which is really cool to see someone as big of influence as that
Adele.
enjoy something
That would
in the
probably
wrestling world.
that and Godzilla -1
Yeah.
are my. Those are the movie picks, and Spider-Verse and
Yeah,
Mario and Ninja Turtles. I mean, we talked about it in our
Yeah,
yearly
yeah.
wrap
Right.
up, but I mean, even now, I
Ooh.
stick with that.
Godzilla -1 is getting a black and white release that I'm definitely going to go see just so I can see. I saw a Godzilla in movie in black and white.
That
in
would be
theaters.
fun.
Shit made
It's a-
100 million so far.
Yeah, I wish it made 100 billion.
So since
Shit.
then, Doug Walker and James Rolfe have posted reviews about it, and James Rolfe, for a few years ago, like 15 years ago now,
Yeah,
for Monster Madness, he reviewed every Godzilla movie the month of October. So he's a huge Godzilla fan.
Yeah.
And he posted a review about it, called it perfect. Doug Walker said that he cried, and he was like, I like Godzilla, I'm not the biggest Godzilla fan, but I cried. And, I mean, two people's opinions I trust
yeah.
both said that. I have not heard one bad review about it.
It's great to see it all over the place. I've been scrolling.
First subtitled movie I've seen in theaters, I believe.
Yeah, I saw something the other day. It was I was reading a post about people saying, what is a scary scene in a movie that's not a horror movie? And someone said Godzilla -1 when he's chasing the boat with his mouth
Yeah.
open. They
Yeah.
said, I actually felt anxiety with that. And I was like, that was a cool shot.
Speaking of that, what is one for you guys?
What?
Because I have one right off the top of
What
my
was the
head.
question?
A scary scene that's not in a horror movie.
Something that scares you.
Fuck, I'm trying to remember.
Large Marge from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yes,
yeah,
okay.
that scared the shit out of me. The boat scene in Willy Wonka. There's no knowing
I was just thinking about it.
When I was a kid, for some reason, like a really little kid, that scene in Tarzan where Kerchak screams used to actually kind of bother me.
Eric, you got anything?
No, nothing. I'm drawing a blank right now. Actually, pretty sure there's some.
I mean, there's a lot of moments like that. Like, I think when you're a kid, it's different. I know Sloth from the Goonies kind of freaked me out when I was a kid.
I mean, when I was younger, for some reason, the fucking VHS case to Indian in the Cupboard freaked me out.
Really?
For some reason, it scared me. I didn't like the dude looking at me when I opened up the damn thing.
Good one. I just got reminded of this.
What?
Remember me, Eddie? When I killed your brother, I talked
yes.
like that. This and when he puts the shoe.
Yeah.
From Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. That's definitely up there.
That used to mess with me.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I'm gonna look up some examples.
Disney has some moments like that.
Eric just tried to rub my feet.
I was trying to get my phone.
Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters, the cartoon. There was a lot of moments like that where I was a kid and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like there's some pretty terrifying moments in that show. Courage the Cowardly Dog. I mean, TV, it could be a whole other entity in itself. But like movie wise, like there is the child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang used to scare the shit out of me.
Sweet you say that because I literally looked that up and like that's literally the first.
Yeah,
like,
that guy used to scare me. I didn't watch that movie a lot because of that.
Not scary, but I remember being a kid and when Doc Ock wakes up in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, because it's like right out of Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Like, Sam Raimi's director chops show really heavy in that.
He's just throwing people around.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. It doesn't show blood, but there's a blood splatter, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
No, that used to freak me out, too. I remember when I was really little, too, in Star Wars, the part with the creature in the trash compactor. Yeah. For whatever reason, that thing made me feel really uneasy. The part where his eye pops out used to really mess with me. And, I mean, I could probably go all day. There was a guy on my street that looked like the Grouch from Elmo and Grouchland. And, and when I was a little kid, I was playing in his yard with a friend of mine, and he came out drunk and started screaming at me. So the Grouch from Elmo and Grouchland freaked me out because that thing, he looked just like him, and I would just freak the hell out.
I've seen people say the Jurassic Park kitchen scene with the raptors.
I mean,
which is understandable.
Jurassic Park was intense for a kid, but you knew it. I think like Disney and stuff, when you go into that and there's like creepy moments in Disney movies, you don't expect it.
Yeah.
Like the baboons in Tarzan used to freak me out. Stuff like that. Rugrats had a lot of really creepy episodes too.
Yeah.
Hi, not Tommy. No, thank you.
I'm really drawing a blank.
Yeah, that's.
But on another related note, Ernest the Cat Miller says a 12-year-old could beat up CM Punk.
He took him out to Brodus Clay's old theme. That was his theme first.
Funk is on a roll.
Motherfucker was in the 2004 Rumble and danced and got eliminated by Chris Benoit like 20 seconds after he came out.
You can't say that name.
Oh,
sorry.
Boy. Ernest the Cat Miller. When was the last time you were relevant?
When WCW was around?
That's not even a joke. That's like...
that's...
I seen that earlier when he was at the diner. I was about to say something and I forgot.
Yeah, so... Okay, so... let me just say for the record, CM Punk, I get that his MMA career is like... Apparently, like, I'm friends with a lot of people that don't do wrestling. But, like Deshaun and all of them, they watch UFC like we do wrestling. Like, they get together and everything.
I watch UFC very, very seldom.
I know nothing about UFC.
I know majority.
Everything I know is
some of the fighters and stuff.
You and when Seabass would watch it, and Justin would watch it, and Kyle would watch it. I know nothing about it really. I would watch the stuff at your dad's, and I would, if there was connectivity between that and wrestling, I would know.
Yeah.
But like Deshaun told me, he was like, collectively, a lot of people agree that CM Punk was like the worst fighter of all time.
He was very abysmal. He's a wrestler. Like,
yeah.
There's there's wrestling is very, very different from MMA.
Right.
To
It's
where
different from anything.
yeah.
Right.
Well, they're both very competitive and they're very
One's a
hard on your body.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, end of the day, we do know wrestling is scripted. Obviously,
Wrestling also got one wrestling family.
shut up.
I
But
fucked that up.
I mean, it's still we all appreciate the athleticism,
Right.
the
There's
talent
nothing-
that goes into it. Honestly, people have said,
Oh. Typical
Brody.
Brody.
Yeah.
Brody just texted a group chat that we have in. Expendables 4 was pretty good. I liked it more than the third.
Expendables 4 was garbage. It was one of the worst movies I saw last year. But Brody, you're.
One. Brody loves everything. Brody
I
finished The
know.
Boys, so we
Like-
need to fucking.
Oh, he finished it?
Yeah,
he,
good
needs,
shit.
he needs
Like,
to talk about it.
I
The-
thought I liked it.
The
The
thing,
Expendables 4, then
Yes.
like I thought about it, and like the CGI and the shit. I mean, I could understand it if it was a small budget.
you were
but
like,
that,
it was okay walking out of there. I was like, dude, that fucking
that
sucked.
movie had $100 million budget, and that CGI looked like
Yeah,
PS2.
it sucked.
I like Jason Statham in it, but I like him about anything. So
So
But anyway,
Yeah.
it's very, very.
it's apples and oranges.
I didn't
It's
like that
very,
reveal
very
either,
hard from
too. That
for
reveal was
one
stupid.
athlete to transition from the other. Obviously, like CM Punk. Who? Brock Lesnar and Ken Shamrock are the only two who
Brock's like
successfully.
the only.
Kurt
and
Angle, right?
Brock-
with MMA,
Bobby-
right?
No, Kurt Angle never did MMA. Or Lashley. Lashley did.
There's
Angle.
like 3 people.
What did
Angle.
Kurt
They
Angle
talked
do?
to Angle about doing MMA.
He did the Olympics. I don't think he did it.
Well, I know that. But
He,
with the broken
he
freaking
was
neck.
he was thinking about you in UFC back in the
Maybe
day.
that's what I'm thinking of.
But I mean,
Almost-
Brock Lesnar and Ken Shamrock,
I
both
know
who are
that.
freaks of nature anyway.
yeah.
Brock Lesnar. Could
But
probably
I
eat me.
mean, also UFC fighters have never really properly transitioned into wrestling
No,
roles
no.
outside of maybe like Rousey, and that's
Ronda
even like
Rousey,
It's
iffy.
debatable.
and
But like Cain Velasquez was a fail. All sorts of people.
Tyson Fury, right?
Tyson Fury.
That
he's
was-
a boxer,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, well, a lot of the time those guys don't transition well. I will say this about Punk, and I know I'll come off as biased, but I'll say this. And everybody, I've heard people say this and agree with me on this, and I think everybody can. He said he was going to do it. He did it.
I mean, I give
It
him props
humbled
for
the
that.
it humbled the fuck out of him, and he was cocky going into it, and then learned real quick that he needed to be humble about it. And
honestly, I think it knocked some sense into him.
Matt Riddle.
Where he was just like, oh,
Matt Riddle, yeah.
Well, Riddle was a great fighter
He
and
was-
became an even
yeah.
better wrestler. So
Well,
that's a big.
I remember Joe
released
Rogan. Joe Rogan said, because that's where I got a lot of other UFC stuff when I listened to Rogan, and he said they messed up because now he's doing something that he loves, and he'll never go back to UFC over him fucking smoking pot, which is really stupid.
Then like, they had that dude that tested positive for cocaine. And fined him.
Yeah. But actually, on that note, apparently with the UFC WWE merger, Brock Lesnar may be doing a match
I've seen
at
that.
UFC 300. He was at
I will
UFC
watch
200 in a match. He was at UFC 100 in a match, and they're talking about like him and Danielle Cormier, which I
Who's
know
he?
he's
Another beefy dude. I think.
big beefy
Should have
black
called
guy.
your dad on this one.
Yeah, it's I've always been. Me and Seabass have been talking about that fight for years because they've always been throwing jabs at each other.
Yeah, you guys always talk about UFC, and I am fucking lost. I've never really been big
I
into it.
watched the one UFC pay-per-view, and that was when Ronda Rousey lost in 30
Yeah,
seconds.
because
Yeah, we're
that's
at my
why.
dad's.
Because I'm just like the main event can only be 3 minutes, but I'm sure I'm coming off really ignorant with
And
that.
it's 3
but-
minute rounds.
Yeah, I know there's other fights on a card and whatever, but I just it's not entertaining to me.
No, the reason we love wrestling is because of the athleticism as well as a story.
Story
They
and
tell a
entertainment.
fucking story.
Right.
So I mean,
it's not just them in a cage throwing fist at each
no,
other.
Right.
no.
Which could say it's more. I know there's personal beefs and stuff like that. It's just people are always say if
shit.
you can be a good wrestler, but if you're not a great storyteller,
I
you're-
remember being in college, and there was this guy that would argue with me about wrestling all the time, and I said to him, I hope you realize that wrestlers have the most difficult and enduring schedules of anything in entertainment and
professional
athletics.
sports. Yeah,
I said in both of them.
Uh-huh.
And he said, "Oh, I know soccer players that are. You show me one athlete." I said Brock Lesnar, and he was like, "Well, there's soccer players that have a harder schedule than Brock Lesnar." And I just remember like,
how stupid could you be? If Joe Rogan, who commentates for UFC, can say they have the hardest schedules, that says something.
No, you're traveling 300 days out of the year. You're wrestling most of those days, and it's like you have these wrestlers. Like, obviously, it's far and few in between, but with the deathmatch wrestling, me and Eric watched something where a guy did 3 death matches in 3 different countries in a weekend. He was in Japan. He was in America.
Then he went back to Japan, didn't he?
Or something like that, yeah.
Well,
in 3 days.
Well, Jericho, I remember for All In, showed up at the end of All In, and then went and did a fucking Fozzy show.
Yeah, still in his Painmaker.
Still in his Painmaker. I mean, come on.
No, that's when he dressed up as Penta.
Whatever it was. I just, and I mean, look at the toll that it takes on these guys' body, and luckily things are better now, but like...
I mean, they're somewhere new every week. It's not like they stay somewhere.
Right. I mean, the traveling, like, the schedule, it just doesn't matter. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Either get it or you don't. But even if you don't get it, don't talk shit about it.
If you don't know, now you know.
There you
Eric,
go.
do not continue that.
I wasn't. I'm not that stupid.
Eric Hall has been canceled.
But also, I guess we're gonna talk about some Marvel DC characters.
Yeah, so we decided that we will do our Marvel and DC. You know, in hindsight, doing Superhero Month, or ideally trying to do more superhero topics in January where everybody gets sick, probably wasn't a good idea on my scheduling.
Yeah.
But so this is just what we're gonna do to make up for it.
But that just means that people have to stay at home and listen to the podcast.
There you go.
Hey, Brody, you're not on this episode. I know you hate hearing your voice, but you better listen.
And we all love you.
Yeah.
You better listen to it as soon as it goes live, Brody.
So I gotta say, so for my favorite, we're doing our favorite Marvel and our favorite DC.
Overall, I want both y'all's opinions, Marvel or DC. And I'm talking
like
comics. Yeah, which one? I'm talking comics, I'm talking movies, I'm talking animated movies, I'm talking shows. Just overall, if one had to be erased from existence, as hard as that may be.
I guess I prefer Marvel over the...
I'm gonna say DC.
Yeah.
As hard as that is for me, because I have to look at it in an overall scheme and how it's influenced my life.
Yeah.
Spider-Man by himself and the X-Men are the 2 standalone things that come from Marvel.
Right.
And if you asked me Batman or Spider-Man like you did, and I said Spider-Man, I stand by that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was introduced to those Golden Age DC comic compilations when I was a little kid, and they helped me learn how to read. Reading, like, even saying this, I'm like, what about like X-Men having such a big part on me? Batman the animated series, Justice League, I mean, those were so important for me. And I think overall, I like, if you look at standalone reads in Marvel, there aren't as many good ones as there are DC ones, in my opinion.
I was thinking about
because the Marvel reads by themselves, like Daredevil, Marvel Knights that Kevin Smith wrote is really good.
Yeah.
There's less Spider-Man standalone stories that I enjoy than there are Batman, and there are more Justice League stories I like than Avengers. There's I will say Marvel's more relatable, and I think Marvel's important for that reason.
Yeah.
But obviously the MCU is a juggernaut. But at the same time, I swear to God, there was no pun intended on that either. The superhero movie was invented by DC. You have Superman, you have Batman, you know those.
Which are arguably the 2 biggest comic book names
of all
world.
time. I mean, the Mt.Rushmore, I guess that's another good topic that we can do. We can do our Mt.Rushmore. We'll do this real quick, and then we should do a wrestling one too. I think our Mt.Rushmore. Yeah. So for like Mt.Rushmore of comic book characters to piggyback off of this.
Wait, let's get Eric's opinion on Marvel and DC.
He said Marvel. He said Marvel,
right?
Yeah.
Is that from the movies or
Probably
animated shows?
Because you never really read comics.
I read some of them.
Yeah.
Right.
The movies are a lot better.
Yeah,
And
I can agree with that.
a lot better thought out at
Yeah,
one point. I don't know about now.
I
but-
was going to piggyback off what
Yeah,
you
go
said.
ahead.
DC, I feel like, has better character building
Yeah.
assets.
Yes.
It's like, okay, Marvel is better with the ensembles. I
Yeah.
honestly think. Like,
I
the
agree.
event, seeing the different Avengers and the X-Men and the
Yeah.
Defenders and stuff like
Like
that.
I said, the X-Men is my favorite superhero team. So,
But DC also, I feel like it also makes you care about the characters a lot more. The backstory with Batman, and then I've got Nightwing tattooed
yeah,
on me.
and I got
The Lantern Corps
I think
with all
your-
the different
I
range
think
of
your
emotions.
Nightwing tattoo is in the same exact spot my Batman one
On
is.
the opposite arm.
Yeah, on the opposite. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, and even like when people say Superman's not relatable, it pisses me off because there's All Star Superman is one of the greatest reads ever, and it goes into Superman's being a really like a human. The new Superman show was awesome because it
I
showed
wanted
that
to watch
too.
that,
It
actually.
is
Yeah.
really fucking
It's
good.
got-
Superman and Lois?
No,
Mr.
the adventure, My Friend Superman.
It's got
I think
Huey
it's
in
what
it
it's
from
called.
The Boys. He
Yeah.
voices.
Really?
He's Superman.
He voices Superman.
No, Jimmy Olsen. He's Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, okay.
And I loved it. It's like more anime-ish. It definitely has like an anime opening to it. I forgot to bring that up in the yearly wrap-up, but like Trey and I sat down and watched every episode, I think, in one sitting. Like at least one or two, and
Okay.
it's really good. But like yeah, so like I agree with you, and I think Marvel has more relatable characters like the X-Men, Spider-Man.
Yeah, there could be more.
There's less godlike elements to DC. I mean, than Marvel. Like DC, you have a lot of like super like big guys, and
The big guy.
you have Superman. You have Wonder Woman. These people that have incredible feats. So I don't know, but that's where
I
I
don't know,
was.
I don't look at their feet.
So that's why I mean, like,
Self-exposed
with my
himself.
Mount Rushmore topic, when you said the three biggest of all time, I mean, it's Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, and then I would say either Wonder Woman or Captain America. I mean, there's
Would
no,
that be your Mount Rushmore as well? Pick what's your personal and what's your opinion?
my personal one would be Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, and it would be a toss-up between Wally West and Wolverine.
Okay.
And then the overall one, like the most influential, the first three, and probably Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
because those are Wonder Woman was the first
Okay,
one.
let's split it up. For both of us, for all three of us, we'll go Mount Rushmore of Marvel, Mount Rushmore of DC. Personal.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be like the biggest names. So, like, we could say fucking Rocket Raccoon. If
Right.
we wanted.
okay. So Marvel for me, it would be Wolverine or Professor X, Spider-Man, Captain America. Personal, just because of my heavy connection, and I know I already have an X-Men on here, but Beast,
Yeah.
because
well,
he's my boy. And then for DC, it would be.
Oh, Eric, what's your
Oh,
Marvel?
we're gonna do
Is that
Marvel.
five?
Okay.
Four.
Four?
Mount Rushmore.
I thought there was 5 people on there.
We need to take you to Colorado. Whatever the fuck that is.
I think, is it in Colorado?
I don't know.
I don't
never
I'm gonna
been.
say Captain America because I really did like the
I read too many
movies.
Yeah.
I read too many comic books during history class.
I do like Deadpool. I did like Deadpool
yeah.
kills the Marvel
Yeah,
Universe.
Deadpool is.
He would be on mine. He would be the honorable mention.
Punisher's pretty cool too.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say Iron Man. 'Cause
Yeah. I'm
Robert
gonna
Downey
go,
Jr.
I'm gonna go probably Hulk, Daredevil, and then I'd like to go ideally 2 villains, 2 heroes.
I was thinking that.
so probably like Venom
Oh,
and
Mine. I mean, if I had to put a villain on mine, it would be Magneto.
yeah, oh my god, he is. Really
It would
fucking
probably
great.
be Magneto, Kingpin. Magneto,
Ooh,
Kingpin, Thanos.
Kingpin. Oh, for villains?
Yeah,
Oh my
Magneto,
God.
Kingpin, Thanos.
I always really liked
Galactus.
Arcade for some reason, but it would be Galactus.
Mm.
And then for DC, it would be Lex Luthor, the Joker. Probably Gorilla Grodd, because of how he was in everybody's shit.
Yeah.
They put him in the Flash show, and his CGI was terrible.
Really?
Yeah, from what I've seen.
And then probably Bizarro, because so at least to me, because Bizarro and Riddler are my two favorite villains. So.
I like the
Marvel,
Riddler.
I'm going Hulk, Daredevil, Venom, Doctor Doom.
Oh yeah.
It was Nightcrawler, yo.
Yeah, I was trying to look at my Marvel Strike Force.
Oh.
And DC, I mean, Nightwing. I mean, obviously Lobo's on there. He's considered either or between hero and villain.
Anti-hero could be its own thing too.
Yeah. Probably Nightwing, Lobo. Fuck.
What, for DC?
Yeah. Nightwing, Lobo.
Green Arrow?
Green Arrow or Flash. Nightwing, Lobo. Probably Green Arrow.
Green Lantern.
And no, who was I just thinking of?
Joe.
I will throw a brick at you.
Don't do that.
Fuck.
Maybe a Red Lantern?
No, I was thinking Atrocitus, but I'm thinking
Yeah.
about my big four.
Sinestro.
He's a Yellow
He's
Lantern.
a Yellow Lantern.
Scares the shit out of me.
A former Green Lantern.
Go. You do your DC. Do your DC.
My DC villain one?
No, hero.
Okay, so it would be Batman, Superman, Wally West, and I want to put Batman and Robin together, but probably Kyle Rayner's Green Lantern or Plastic Man, because I really like Plastic Man. I like a lot of the lame DC heroes that a lot of people say, like Plastic
Kite
Man.
Hell yeah.
Condiment King.
Condiment King.
No.
The one that
Booster Gold, Blue Beetle 2, you know, a lot of those random guys I grew up reading a lot of those.
How about the dude the animated for Conan that has an oven mitt?
Yeah, right.
Bruce Timm did that for him on the show, and he's been
Yeah.
like, in the background.
Oh, fuck. How did I even do it? We'll go for Big 4 DC. We'll go Lobo, Nightwing, Shazam, Deathstroke.
I didn't even think about Shazam. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, I'll work with that. What about DC for you, Eric?
I guess Batman, because those Arkham games are really good.
Mhm.
Superman, I did like Superman when I was younger.
Mhm.
And
The Man of Steel's Fire.
yeah, Man of Steel's really good. I didn't mind the first one. I guess Wonder Woman, and I'm trying to think. I don't want to say like the stereotypical people, but I'm
You got
drawing a
Teen
blank.
Titans, Deathstroke. You got.
Could you consider all the Teen Titans as one person though?
Well, no, I'm
Cyborgs.
saying,
I like
yeah.
Cyborg actually.
Yeah.
If
Like-
I had to choose a Teen Titan,
Cyborg and Beast, or not Beast, but Beast Boy are my favorite in Teen Titans
Yeah,
in the
I
show.
used to really like Kid Flash
Yeah, Kid Flash is cool.
or Impulse, whatever you want to fucking call
Impulsive.
him.
Shout out Logan Paul.
Non-Marvel, non-DC big guys.
Hellboy,
Yeah, that would be mine. Hellboy,
Pistol
Spawn,
Spawn.
the your favorite Ninja Turtle, whatever one for me.
Yeah, Hellboy, Spawn, Raph, and Donnie.
Yeah, so mine would be Donnie, and I guess Invincible.
Oh yeah, it'd either be Invincible.
Think, Mark. Think.
Yeah, it's got to be Invincible or Omni-Man even.
Honestly, I know it might not count, but like, I would probably put instead of Invincible, All Might.
Okay.
Because if that counts, but like I know anime could be its own thing.
Oh yeah, because then I'd probably put Goku.
I was thinking Goku, but
Afro
not
Samurai.
Goku, Vegeta.
yeah. I mean, mine would probably be Spike Spiegel,
But
but
watch Afro Samurai.
yeah, your anime knowledge.
Yeah, and Hamtaro.
Hamtaro.
It's so random.
Apparently, people consider that an anime.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know.
It is an anime,
Yeah, I know a lot lot
Do
of
you
people.
consider Shin-Chan an anime? Because
I
like that.
fucking love Shin-Chan. But
Screw ass. Adult Swim show come on at 3
Eric
in the
loves
morning.
Code Lyoko.
No, I don't.
what about a video game one?
Of the big four?
For not like of all time.
Oh, I can do that one.
Oh, Mario, Pac-Man,
I'm not gonna say it.
Sonic.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say somebody else say it first.
and fuck you, Banjo-Kazooie.
What you just said. Swap out Banjo for Crash Bandicoot.
Shut up.
For Crash Bandicoot.
I'll swap out Crash for Spyro.
I like the first Spyro, but that's so good. And then
For video games,
what would yours?
definitely Mario. I played that a lot growing up.
Conkers, yeah.
I was going to say Conker's actually. Conker's.
I mean, if it's, I'll do my personal
I
one.
love that
after
game.
you.
I probably played that game when I shouldn't have been, but
I used to play that at my aunt's house all the time.
fuck. I just literally had the fucking thing in my head. I guess Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
And
Donkey Kong is a good one.
That's
For a big
That's
four,
important. Yeah. Link came to mind too.
Yeah.
fuck. I literally just had it in my head, and I'm gonna go with.
Yeah,
I guess.
Red, Pikachu. You know.
I guess I'm gonna go with Samus. That's the first one
Samus
that came
to
to my
mind
head.
too.
Literally had everybody in my head. And
For a
I thought it was
personal-
Jack and Daxter.
For a personal one, for me, it would be Mario, Sonic,
at the Olympic Games.
Cloud or Link or Sora. Pick any
I should
three.
have said Def Jam.
Def Jam is cool.
Def Jam Fight for New York to be precise.
And then probably Pikachu. Those would probably be my four.
Yeah, I'll go.
Because
I'll go-
Crash Bandicoot not being on there hurts.
I'll go Kratos,
Oh god.
Mario. What do you mean? Oh God.
Look for a different reason than that.
Oh. Shut up. Play them games, Eric.
I do like those games.
Kratos, Mario. It's got to be like.
Fuck.
Probably Blue. What, Eric?
That's just auto one. The one I was gonna think of. I'm gonna switch out Samus for Nathan Drake because
That's
I
a good
fucking
one.
loved the Uncharted.
That's a good
games.
one.
That is
I
a
didn't
good
mind the
one.
movie.
He's
The
a
movie
big
wasn't
name,
bad.
too.
A couple other big ones come into mind that nobody. I mean,
Yeah, but what?
Solid
Kratos,
Snake.
Mario, Banjo and Kazooie, and
limiting it down to 4 is really
Yeah.
hard.
it is really
that was
hard. I'm
hard.
sitting here.
And I
And
guess
probably like
I'm surprised you-
Leon from Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, Leon or Leon would be on mine too.
I'm surprised you didn't say Little Mac.
yeah.
I'm
Ollie,
surprised you didn't
see?
say Little Bear. I got your toothpaste.
fuck you.
Mega Man.
Oh fuck, Mega
Yeah,
Man is a big one.
Mega Man, Master Chief. I mean, like you said, Jack and Daxter, Sly Cooper,
Sly Cooper,
Sora,
The
like
Thievius
I
Raccoon.
said.
Rayman, Raving Ray.
Even Rayman. I
Yeah.
mean, Rayman. You know.
You know they're in a Raven Rabbits movie.
I hope.
Did they do it?
They're doing one. I think
Is
they
it live
are.
action?
Something got leaked out about it, and it looks good. No, it's a computer.
looks
animated.
good.
Even
It's a computer animated movie.
Oh.
The animation looks good. I mean to say.
Hubert. I mean,
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank.
Hubert from the hit movie Pixel, starring Adam Sandler.
Shut up, Miss
Even-
Tracy. I know she loves Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank's fun.
I have all three of them right here. On the
Duke
PS2.
Nukem.
Even Duke Nukem. I mean,
Love Duke Nukem 64.
you have Minecraft. Even Minecraft.
Minecraft
A
Steve.
Creeper or Steve. I mean,
Scooby
those,
Doo.
you know.
N64 game.
Yes.
Fuck that game.
But yeah. So now we'll do wrestling. We'll do
Okay.
wrestling.
Okay. Our
Are
personal.
we one
or-
company, or can we just go all?
So
all
the
out?
way that I've always done it is insane. So like when I was talking to my cousin about this, we did a black one because that's a different legacy that you have important figures of compared to anything else, and even a Latino one would be a completely
Yeah.
different one.
Yeah.
And then female, and then there's different ones for each of them. So I guess it would just be a personal one for you, and
Yeah.
then an all time, and then personal.
Okay. All time, I'm going. Stone Cold. I'm going Cena.
Yeah, I was gonna have to say Cena myself.
I'm going Taker.
Dick.
Just
Pete
And I'm going
Williams.
Triple H.
Petey
Just
Williams.
because, look, I know obviously, like,
always been a Triple H
Hogan
mark.
and Rock and Flair and stuff are going to be up
And
there.
Andre.
Yeah.
But I feel like Triple H was a great wrestler and a great storyteller.
And he
Same
cares
with
about the
Taker.
business.
Yeah, same with Taker. Who were the other people I said?
Even when people were shitting on him, I still like Triple
Who
H.
were the other people I said?
You
I
said
forgot.
Cena. You said
Cena,
Cena.
Taker, Triple H,
And Stone Cold.
and Stone Cold. Yeah, I mean, those everybody
Yeah.
knows those.
People that haven't watched in 20
So-
years know who Cena and
What
Steve
about your?
Austin
Is
are.
it your personal or is that your all
That's
time?
that's probably all the time.
So, like, for me, my personal one would be Hogan, Piper, Cena, and Taker. Maybe switch out Piper for Stone Cold. But then of all time, I would say Andre, Hogan, Stone Cold, and probably Flair.
Yo,
What?
Those would
hold on. I'm
probably
not
be
even.
mine.
I just want you to see that.
Oh boy.
Look, no.
I'll edit
Oh,
this.
no.
I'll edit this out. Oh boy.
As long as we don't say a name.
That's legit.
Oh no.
She's on the friend side.
Ugh. Ugh. I'll edit this out.
Oh, she said she's ugly.
Oh shit.
I mean,
I'll edit
Okay,
this out.
yeah, take that out. But all right,
So, yeah. So my all-time would be Flair, Hogan, Andre, and Stone Cold.
okay, and then I'll go my favorite. I'll go. Honestly, I can't say anything without not putting Cena on it because
That for me personally, it would be on mine.
yeah,
It would be Hogan, Cena, Piper, and Taker.
my dad who's listening can tell about the 2008 Royal Rumble when Cena came back.
Yeah, I mean,
he let me stay home from school the
yeah, we
next
all
day.
shit our pants.
He
Yeah.
said he had found something on the internet saying Cena was coming back tonight. And it's honestly like a standout memory in my brain of John Cena coming out
Me
to
too.
My Time Is Now and FUing Triple H over the top rope and everything like that. But Cena, Undertaker, he's the first thing that got me into wrestling.
Honestly, like it's hard to not put him on the greatest of all time because of how dedicated he was to his gimmick long after kayfabe was gone.
He put up with Vince for 30 some
you didn't hear
years.
him cut a promo or anything until after he was retired. Like,
Yeah,
or
or do
not like to cut a
interviews.
promo, but like do a real Mark Calloway interview.
Yeah, and I mean him doing anything.
He got a Twitter now.
Yeah, I mean he didn't
And
do
Instagram.
social media, nothing.
Till
But
like
Cena,
forever. Or
Taker.
2019 or 2020, I believe.
Cena, Taker.
Lesnar.
No,
Bork
if I'm thinking
Laser.
of my personal, I'm gonna say
No Riddle.
Cena, Taker. Yeah, Riddle's probably on there just for his personality and wrestling style. I feel like it would be very fitting for me. And
Well, that's kind of how I feel with CM Punk because CM Punk is relatable to me, and he's not an athlete, and he doesn't carry himself like an athlete, and that would be and Brian. It would be Punk or Brian would be up there for
and
me
I was gonna
too.
say, and probably Omega as the last one. He's just some nerdy kid who's always loved fucking games.
Yeah,
And he accidentally somehow became the best wrestler in the fucking world.
And he's also like the spokesman for Sega now. Like that's awesome.
Either Omega or Styles.
I
They
think
could be
Omega was
interchangeable.
in it.
If it was a modern one, yeah, he was in the new Shenmue game.
Yeah.
If it was
Him and Okada and some other New
Eric
Japan.
4.
Oh,
You're-
we
you're-
do, we do
you're-
all time then personal.
All time, then personal.
Guess Hogan obviously for all time.
Yeah.
Cena, Triple H, and Michaels.
Oh, yeah,
Michaels,
Michael's a good one, yeah.
And my personal favorite, I probably have to put Cena and Triple H still on there.
Yep.
And
Jericho.
I don't know if I can say that.
No, you go.
Jericho
Come on.
Yeah.
and Taker.
Yeah.
I already said.
that
Did I
sounds
say
right.
Taker twice?
Yeah.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
say Taker twice.
Yeah, I mean, so like it's a whole other entity. And then
It's a whole
okay,
new
what
world.
about a black one and a Latino one? So for black, mine would be, I think, it would be Kofi Kingston because his title win.
Yeah.
Rocky Johnson,
Soul Man.
Junkyard Dog, and Booker T.
Junkyard Dog, Bobby Lashley, Booker T, and I'll say Ron Simmons.
Yeah,
Honestly,
Ron
was
Simmons.
Mark
Henry.
I think he was the first black world champ.
First black world champ.
Yeah.
And
Mark
Henry's
Mark
a good
Henry.
one.
Yeah, Mark Henry.
Yeah. What about you?
Booker T, Lashley, JYD, I guess, and
Mark Henry.
Yeah, Mark Henry.
Yeah.
And then for Latino, it would probably be Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Carlos Colon. And
I'm going
it's hard.
Ray. I'm going
Ray.
Eddie,
of course.
I'm going.
I mean Carlos Colon, because I mean he was champion for a long fucking
Penta
time.
L0.
Yeah, Penta, yeah.
And
Eric's like Del Rio.
Fuck
Tito
Del Rio.
Santana. I mean, that's a big fucking
Tito
name.
Santana.
Yeah.
That would be my fourth one.
Mhm.
Tito Santana. Yeah,
That's a big one. I mean, I can't say I enjoyed wrestling of the time, but you can't ignore.
Yeah. Well, I don't like Carlos Colon either,
Yeah.
but like I don't like that kind of wrestling. But like I mean, the contribution that he had to wrestling.
Eric keeps talking about Los Matadores.
No, the fuck I don't.
What was Gino Hernandez any actual?
I don't know.
'Cause I know he was super
Super stupid.
Italian.
And thick.
Dino Bravo was French Canadian. Oh, Canadian. Do a Canadian one.
Okay, well.
Bret Hart.
Jericho,
Bret Hart, Jericho, Kevin Owens, and
Zane.
Jericho,
And Sami
Owens,
Zayn.
Zayn.
oh no, fuck!
Owen. I'll take Owen over Bret.
Careful with that. I don't want that to fall. You were hitting it with your head. I don't want it to fall.
Seth's trying to murder me.
What about for me? Owen Hart or Bret Hart? I mean, choosing between them. I mean, it's extremely hard. Owen Hart's one of my favorites of all time.
One fell to his death in the peak of his career, and the other still bitches about Goldberg 25 years
So,
ago.
Bill Goldberg.
Bill Goldberg.
Roddy Piper. I mean, he was born in Saskatchewan.
He's Canadian.
Saskatchewan, yeah. Or Nova Scotia.
Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
Oh God.
But, alright, you want to do a question
Yeah,
and
we'll
answer
do the
real quick?
Q&A real
and
quick.
we'll pull up our picks.
Yeah.
I've got Neck Deep self-titled album that dropped this week. It's an absolute pop punk banger. It's the best thing they've done since Life's Not Out to Get You. Lil Dicky dropped his album. A lot of fun
Yeah, I'm
songs.
gonna
If
listen
you
to
enjoy
that
the
tonight.
show. Yeah, a lot of songs from the show. A couple new fun songs. It's a fun listen through. And I Bet, which is my standard beat down, I'm gonna throw a baby out a truck window. I'm punching people in the mosh pit type core. So, yeah, and the movie was Antichrist with Willem Dafoe.
Oh no.
Ooh. It's about a guy and a girl who are engaging in intercourse, and their baby falls out a window, and the woman falls into grief,
What?
and only
It sounds like a wild movie.
yeah, their baby falls out the window while they're doing it, and the woman falls into this grief type depressive state that she can only be satisfied by getting into more violent sex.
Oh my God.
So
Sounds
yes,
awful.
very interesting movie. Not a lot of gore, but oh my God, there's two scenes that made my jaw drop and made me look away.
I don't know if you can
Jesus.
describe
If you
it
can
on the
imagine.
podcast. Yeah.
So I'm really bad with music picks. Like most of the time, I talk about video games instead. Like whatever game I'm
Yeah.
playing. Because I don't listen to a lot of new music, but I am gonna listen to that Little Dicky, and even new Neck Deep sounds kind of fun. Unless it's like a band I've listened to forever, but like there's very few exceptions to that, and I want that to change. But
that's our strong suit.
yeah, video games are more my thing than anything. As much as I love music, but I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3. It's a lot of fun. I'm late to that, but I am enjoying it. And I've been rewatching, because that's a lot of my picks are usually rewatching. My Name is Earl, and I got to finish Ted
again, I kind of watched the last 2 episodes again, and I genuinely have to think that that is one of my new favorite shows within the last few years.
They definitely set up sequel bait for a season 2.
And I really can't wait to have it. So, what about you?
I was
watching
going to say
anything?
something about Ted. That's about it.
Yeah,
That's
so
what I
Eric
think.
watched Ted.
Ted.
If you like the movies, you'll like the show.
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like the show even has more Family Guy-esque humor.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Family Guy and American Dad VAs that are on that show.
And I'm just going to say Birdie's pick is The Boys again because you guys do not know how long we tried to get Birdie
Yes,
that
it's
show.
been like, what, 2 years?
Couple years, yes. But
Now
I'm glad he finished it.
Now you need to watch Mandalorian.
I do.
You too.
I've been Star Wars'd out for a while, but I need to get on this Mandalorian.
If there's any exception, it's the first 2 seasons in Book of Boba Fett.
That's what I'm hearing.
Those would be the 2. And I've been watching a lot of random Star Wars stuff for a project I'm working on. So, Q&A. Matt said, because I'm currently babysitting a doggo, and that's what I'm thinking about, what is your favorite movie promptly features an animal, like as a major character or plot point? And separately, what is your favorite animal character from a movie or TV show?
Eric's going to talk about the fucking Shaggy dog for 2
No.
hours.
Or G-Force.
No, fuck you. That movie's bad.
For me, with a movie, I mean,
it's hard
Dr.
to not
Dolittle,
go...
Eddie Murphy.
It's hard...
That's not a bad pick.
It's hard to not go right to Scooby-Doo.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So...
I would probably have to say Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island off the top of my head.
I'll say the first Scooby-Doo.
The first
live-action
Scooby-Doo movie.
Why is he going to go with Scooby-Doo?
Even though it's not a real dog.
When it comes to...
It's an animal.
I mean, does Ninja Turtles count? You know? And for favorite animal character from a movie or TV show, I mean, I love Rocket Raccoon.
Scrappy-Doo for Seth.
Fuck off. We have a beef. I hate...
Eric likes Big the Cat.
I love Snoopy.
Seth loves Big the Cat.
I love Garfield. We're not talking about Big the fucking fat, disgusting cat.
Lasagna cat.
But yeah, I would probably say your stereotypical ones. I love Scooby-Doo. Oh, there's a picture of a dog. Steph said, "Is there a band touring this year that you want to see?" Rob Zombie and Cooper are touring, right?
Is that this year?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Hot Mulligan's coming. I want to see them.
Wouldn't mind seeing Cold Gin. I've always wanted to see them.
The cover band. Yeah. And then of course me and Brody are going to Creed in August. So.
Be jealous.
Yeah. Foo Fighters definitely.
Yeah, Foo Fighters for me.
Probably not gonna happen. But
sadly,
it'd be cool to see them.
And for the other question, I'm going to say Conkers.
If you could resurrect a video game character or franchise or get a new game, what would you pick? I would consider resurrecting something that hasn't had a new game in at least 5 years.
Well, Banjo.
Yeah, I mean Banjo. For me, it would.
Gex.
We got a new. got a new Crash Bandicoot. So I mean, I can't really say anything. And all my other franchises pretty much come out every year. I really like F-Zero. The racing game for the Nintendo's, but I don't think that'll ever come back because of Mario Kart. I mean, I got a new 2D Turtles game. I think it would be cool if they did a compilation of Warner Brothers animated games, like the Space Jam game, the Tiny Toons game, like they did with the Disney Afternoon Collection. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Attacking the Power of Juju.
Yeah, I mean, I had that game on Game Boy. I mean... There's Dino Crisis would be kind of cool to come back. I mean, I would have to really sit and think about it, but a lot of my favorite franchises are pretty consistent with frequent games.
Mario,
Pokemon, Zelda, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Resident Evil.
Kingdom Hearts took a while, but...
Well, Kingdom Hearts, and I mean, they re-release stuff all the time, so...
That until they put 365 plus 7 days on my ass or something.
Right.
On the DS.
Yeah, it was the real title of the game. That would. I think a new Ghostbusters game that isn't like, the team one that they did a few years ago, like they did like an actual sequel to the 2009 game. They remastered it a few years ago, but that would be a lot of fun.
I want return to originality Resident Evil.
Yeah, no, I'm with you
Like
on that
1
one.
through 3 or 1 through 4 or something like that.
2 is amazing.
Yeah.
2 is my favorite.
5 and 6 were fun. I haven't gotten to play 7 actually.
I played a little bit of 7, and it was alright. I think it would be kind of cool to have like a WWE All Stars type game come back. I mean,
because that WWE Brawl fucking sucked.
Yeah,
I guess not sucked as a bit, but
no, that one wasn't that good.
Kind of get all you can. You kind of get bored with it like
Sega,
5 minutes in.
Yeah, Sega's bringing back all their new IPs. I made a video about that already, so
More like sucker.
Paige said, if you know the movie Labyrinth, who's your favorite character?
Never seen it.
I like the
What
Goblin
is that
King.
movie?
It's an 80s movie.
It's an 80s movie.
David
Jim
Bowie.
Henson did some stuff on it. David Bowie's in it.
He's the main
Check it
character.
out.
Yeah, it's good. I own it. Rye said, if you got to direct a movie, what actor would you most want to work with? Simon Pegg would definitely be mine. Simon Pegg.
Like me and Ryan Reynolds could bounce off each
You
other.
and Ryan
That'd be
Reynolds. Kevin Smith.
Eric's Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Smith.
Oh yeah, James Hughes would be.
James Hughes. I mean, who would you have play you in a movie? Would it be the same people?
It'd be either James Hughes or Miles Teller. Miles Teller's really good.
Eric.
Seth Rogen. Yeah, was the first one that
Did
came
we
to
ever
me.
end up watching 21 and Over together?
Yeah, forever ago.
When they're standing up front and they're like, "Yeah, you look like
I've never
fucking
seen that movie.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt." Or Levitt, and it's like he's actually pronounced Levitt because he's actually a really good actor.
Yeah. I mean, mine would probably still be the same. It would probably be Kevin Smith or Simon Pegg. Very relatable type characters. Rashad said, although the game kind of disrespects the license, will anyone be playing Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League?
I don't got a new game system, so probably not. Unless they put it on Game Pass.
I want to. I've been seeing only shit things about it, but Samoa Joe voices King Shark. So.
Rashad's a wrestling fan, so I have a feeling that's why he brought it
I
up.
heard some of the story's pretty good, but the whole live service doesn't.
Yeah, I know it's a lot.
I don't know a lot about it. So
it's very grindy. They say it's very you're shooting the same type of villains to get XP and upgrade and shit.
Well, the Gotham Knights wasn't that good, so
it was.
But
it's not as shit as everyone thought, but it was.
People are disappointed with it because it's made from the people that did the Arkham games.
Yeah.
Well, after Arkham City, I mean, they kind of were hit or miss. I mean, Arkham Knight was alright.
I liked Arkham Knight. They didn't do Arkham Origins. That was a different company.
Yeah.
That was the ones that did the fucking Gotham
I just feel like Spider-Man has set the standard so high.
Oh my god.
I mean,
give me a Daredevil game with the same Insomniac people who did Spider-Man. Not Insomniac. Did they?
It was Insomniac.
Yeah, it was Insomniac. People have been saying Rocksteady should do a Superman game.
Yeah.
And I mean, that would be a lot of fun because I really like Superman.
They said something about that. He's like, how do we power him, or like how do we nerf him the way he can be in the game?
Nah, fuck a Superman game. Make a Lobo game. You can have all the same powers, make bad decisions like in an Infamous game.
I've said that about you could. I think you should have a Star Wars game, and you could do this with Lobo too. Have a Star Wars game where it's like Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
But you could make it like Red Dead Redemption, where you could choose between, or like GTA too, where like you could choose between a light or dark, so you could be Boba Fett or Han Solo, and going to different planets and having to like bounty hunt people on the planet and building like a party or something like that. That would be fucking awesome.
Or even people have been talking about since Spider-Man 2's success with Venom, they might do a Venom game with the
take what was implemented in Ultimate Spider-Man and you could push that further. I mean, the basics are there. So
and Wolverine's coming out.
And I'm excited for Wolverine. Fuck, give me an X-Men.
Shit, that whole game got leaked out.
Yeah, that was some shit with that.
14 hours of gameplay footage got leaked.
Yeah, I'm not very happy with that. So that's that this week. I hope.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Third Eye.
So one last run around. Huh?
And we're supposed to do our Rumble predictions?
Yeah, so let's do, before we wrap up, quick Rumble predictions. I personally think that CM Punk's going to win.
Cody Bailey.
And for female, it's probably going to be Bailey.
I'm going to say Bailey and
let me pull up
Punk
the whole card.
And obviously Roman's going to win the fucking Rumble.
Yeah.
Or not the Rumble, but the Fatal 4.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. Other than that, I hope everybody has a good, safe week. Other than that,
we love you.
Beef time.
Enjoy the Rumble.
Don't forget to
Stroganoff good.
Steak.
Seth hates Salisbury steak for some reason.
don't forget to scream as loud as you can
Don't do that.
in the neighborhood
Stay
and wake
safe.
everybody up.